Dun, 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 dun. We're crossing the Mississippi. There it is to the left, and there it is to the right. So we were back there, and right around here somewhere is a sign that says, there it is, Louisiana, and you can see there on the map. So we're now in Louisiana. So that's a couple states in a single day. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, let's go. Foot down. 6th gear. I've seen it where the water flooded this area over here, which is why this is kind of raised up, as you can see, like over there. Stilted. I've seen this whole thing flooded before. Crazy. This is why we don't stop. Oh, no, I am not sponsored by Lion's Den, but you should check them out. I don't know. Losing my mind, losing my mind. Oh, it's actually not that bumpy. This is it. That's it. That's affixed to the steering wheel. Suspension's fine, actually. This road expands and contracts. It's just amazing how as soon as we get into Louisiana, just like that, look how flat it is. It is flat. And this is where it looks like we're going downhill when we look forward and downhill when we look in the mirror. It's like so flat, it's following the curvature of the earth. And there are times when you look off to the side of the road here, it looks like the water, the standing water, is actually above us, which is freaky. And like, because it looks like I can't really describe how that happens, but that's what happens. So this is their rest area, which we're skipping because we went to the Mississippi one, and we're gonna go straight through. I feel like I'm giving you like a guided tour of the rest stops, which is kind of funky, but it is important to get out, walk, get your blood flowing. You don't want blood clots. No matter what you're driving or how fast you're going or how slow, how long it's taking, what you're taking with you, who's with you, go for a walk. Take 5 minutes, right? So basically that's it. And we're going to continue on through non-stop. Going through all the parishes. It's beautiful though. There you go. Yeah. Lovely sunset colors. Alright. I got the cruise set, by the way. Let's go up a little higher. They are pretty maniacal here. They can't sit on the side of the road because it's like swampy marshland, but they can see you from look how far away they can see you from. I mean, that's a bridge down there. Right? Whoops. He could see me that far away. Okay, but I can't see that bridge. Isn't that nuts? This phone is pretty good though with its zoom, so what I'm saying is don't speed through here. You're gonna regret doing it. Oh, something parked on the right side there. Alright. I always move over for any broken car. It's called karma. I'm supposed to move over or slow down. I just move over. It's easier than slowing down. Alright. On the way. On the way. On the way. My thoughts exactly. Still making my way through Louisiana, non-stop of course, and still flat, still unremarkable, still going. Just giving you an update. The road has a couple of issues with it, but I hardly notice it in here. So I've seen like 3 cars so far on the side of the road like that, and maybe they ran out of fuel, whatnot, I don't know, but That's why you got to be prepared when you get into states where you're like, this is kind of sketchy. Luckily, they're not too far away from gas and food, especially as it's dark, because it is 7:56. So I have to manually change the clock in here, even though it has navigation, which most cars, the nav will change the clock, but in this case, the GPS has its own clock. And I was able to change the ETA from the time to destination to time at destination, or time of arrival. So, learn something new every 20 minutes. Currently, averaging 27.4 miles per gallon over the whole trip, as well as 60 miles, so 61 mile an hour. Oh yeah. Another one. Anyway, I tried disconnecting Bluetooth and connecting the phone to the USB port via this cable, and it just couldn't. It just said like unrecognizable. So it won't recognize my iPhone, or sorry, my I've never had an iPhone. It won't recognize my Android to play music through the system, but it will Bluetooth it, and it will audio stream. So right now it's showing the phone, but it will also show, if I exit out, it'll show aux. So the aux is the Bluetooth dongle. So my phone can connect to both Bluetooth devices at the same time, which is what I'm trying to say. But it won't connect via USB to the stereo. The stereo doesn't recognize it. Also to note, with people in my rearview mirror, take note, the speeds have increased considerably, and that's okay, but it is a Friday night, so I am always a little cautious about the types of drivers that come up on me at high speed and stay close, because it's Friday night. So that means, at night you might have drunk drivers. So I stay very well aware of the types of drivers that are around me based on how they're driving. I want space, So we'll let that. Another one. Couldn't move over that time, but what's going on with these people? Are they running out of gas? Weird. Okay. I think that's number 5 now. This is just proof that there is some civilization in Louisiana. We are near Monroe, so still off of I-20 heading west. You can see there on the map where we are. And yep, civilization. We went by a Ford dealer that had basically like 10 F-150s, and it had acres of open space. So that'll be interesting to see how things keep going here with the chip shortage. As I travel across half the country, or at least a quarter of the country, because it's only the southeast, I'm getting a good idea of what's really going on out there, rather than listening to dealers lie or MBAs try and cover their asses. I'm actually seeing it firsthand, which they would call a channel check in the financial world, but here on the ground I can report to you that no dealership is full of new cars. That's just the way it is. Even when car sales are at all-time highs, you can't buy a new car. So that's part of what prompted me to buy this Volvo, because I think the C30 is a great car and I wanted to get it. Even though I've never driven it, I just think it looks great, and it drives great now that I drive it. So I'm glad I own one, and the manual obviously makes it the number one reason why I bought it. If it was an automatic, I don't think I would have gone for it. I would have just dismissed it as a girl's car, basically, but I don't think it is. I mean, you could say the same thing about a GTI, I'm not really a GTI, anti-GTI guy. I just think that the GTI is only available in a 4-door these days. It's hard to find a 2-door GTI. Those are, like, I guess, sought after because they're sportier, apparently. And that's just what this is. It's a 2-door version, so it's kind of like that 2-door GTI. Plus, it's a manual. Plus, it's got that R-Design package, which is the little lowered and stiffer springs. So it's a good package to have. So that's why I did it. Helps that it looks great, though. Contemplating if I want to take that gap. I'll just slide back in here. Sorry, my phone focus is a little too short while I'm aiming down rather than aiming up and out. I hope you like this video. I hope you enjoy it. I try to find a way to include you on my road trip, so thanks for riding along with me. Just keep it in 6th gear and just put my foot down on that. Get through the traffic. Alright, moving right along, getting me out of Louisiana. I should note too, as we're going through here, I noticed that screen, right? I thought maybe it would be a little too bright, and when I moved it over to that color scheme, there's a couple different color schemes, and that one I used, I don't remember the name of it. We'll probably change the settings in the next clip here, but it's not bright at all. It's kind of adjusting with the ambient, or not the ambient light, but the light setting, you know, the dimmer here. If I dim these, that dims. So that's good. It's not completely separate. There is some signal going to it. And to change the way that map looks, I will go here. Bam. Sorry, bam, bam. We'll go down to settings, map options. Okay, map. Show, map view. Let's see if I can figure this out. Hold on, let me switch over to the right lane. Okay. No, it's not that. Map. Show hide. Show 2D heading, yes. I don't think it's the map settings. It's the system options. Map color, there it is. So bright 1, then there's bright 2. Which seems to have more terrain. Looks like there's some puddles or something. Let's see. Okay, so if I go back in here, settings, system options, map color, bright 2, dark, so this is dark. I don't like dark at all. So we'll go back down, settings, oops, system options, map color, bright 2, bright 1, dark. Okay, so bright 1 again was, I don't see the difference. Okay. Well, I'll keep it on that one. Okay, so I have a new sound. I rolled down the window to hear it. If I roll up the window, it sounds like water, but when I open it, it sounds like I have a nail in the tire or a rock. The steering is still good, but I'm gonna have to pull over and check that out. The risk, though, is that well, we have 99 miles to go through Louisiana. So let me go look at that. Whatever that is, I don't know, but at the next exit, I'm gonna have to get off and look at it. It's definitely tire related because it's whack, 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 whack. And if it was a real big hiss, the tire would be flat already, but it's not. Luckily, I have a spare. Yeah, steering feel is good still. I don't know what that sound is. Oh, thank God. A rest area. Okay. 1 mile. We will check this out. And it's starting to rain, I think. That sounds like a plastic bag or something. I did see a plastic bag, but it didn't sound like this earlier. Maybe it moved? I don't know. We'll see if it slows down when I take the ramp. If the sound slows down, like the whack, 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 then clearly it's the tire. Braking. 4th gear. The click, 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 click. The clicking is slowing down. And there's a cop here, thankfully. I am going to check that out. Okay, let's get my shoes on. Okay, unplug the phone here. Oh, look at that. That is a plastic bag in the wheel. Okay. I had never seen that before. Okay, well that was a handy officer there. Glad I had that help. He was just as stunned as I was. Thankfully it was nothing. And so there goes my non-stop Louisiana. I will tell you my Louisiana story and why I try not to stop when I get to Texas. But for now, God, that was weird. All right. I'm gonna get back on the interstate and then I have like 100 miles to go. Yep, sound is gone. It's definitely the bag, obviously. And that was a sheriff, and thankfully he was there. Nice guy. And you know, when you see the sheriffs at the rest stops, you think maybe they're trying to get speeders, but that's not the case. The rest stop is protected by those guys, and it makes sense, especially when I tell you my story when we get to Texas. It'll blow your mind, and that's kind of why, unless you know, or unless someone tells you something that you now know, you won't know. So I'll make that happen for you soon. But let me concentrate on the driving here, turn this off. Hopefully there'll be no other event. It just started raining. 8:41 p.m. and 794 miles into the trip. ETA 12:17 a.m. and we have rain. Luckily, I think I have rain sensing wipers. If I push on the stalk, they kind of smudge the rain around there. Windshield washer fluid also spawns the fluid washer for the headlights, which is cool. And I think I adjust the sensitivity. So you see down there, there's a little drop. Let's kind of get out of the way of this guy. There's a drop down there on the windshield thing, the icon, meaning the wipers are on, and they got to be rain sensing because they're not running right now. So that's good. We must have just had a little sprinkle. I'll keep this on. They'll wipe as necessary. Yeah. Volvos have a very unique wiping system in how they retain, the new ones at least, retain memory for the auto wipers. You don't move the stock. There is a stock, but you don't have to use it. It's weird. Anyway, I'm going to get back to listening to my music so that I can continue to get through Louisiana. I'm enjoying the music, but I also am what is that called? Thinking. So I had this thought in my head about how this car, if they brought it back, would have more features. Obviously, that screen. Although I like this waterfall, it's really cool. Nothing's hidden. Everything's at your glance, and everything's tactile, and you know where it is. You can memorize the functions just by the feel of it. So interestingly, is you'd have cars now that have like lines for ambient lighting and stuff, and I realized, oh look, there's ambient lighting. I don't know if you can see it actually. You can't see it. There's a green glow going on behind it. There's like a little light in there, and I think there even is, yep. Well, that's my USB stick. Well, is the, oh yes, there is a lit glove box, which is always handy. So yes, we have, a modern interior would just basically include like different color lines, I guess. But here we are in 2011, and some people have said in the reviews that I've read that and watched that they didn't care for the quality of the plastic in the inside. And to be honest, it's no different than what Mercedes is doing way back in the W203 C-Class, which is like a 2007 C300. Okay, here comes the rain. So the wipers just went automatically, which is good. The road is pretty rough. Oh, let's see how hard the rain gets. Let's see if I can adjust the wipers as like a turn thing. Oh yes. Well, I need new blades. You think? Well, that's the one roadworthy disappointment is the blades, but that happens. I'll have to get blades. Put that on my shopping list. Anyway, the interior in here, without all the lighting and stuff, just keeping it dark, because there are no options to do ambient lighting in this interior. I kind of miss this, you know, just this pitch black aspect to it. And the only thing that's lit up is the important stuff, rather than like, ooh, look, a color trim piece. Even up here, there's nothing. So, yeah, just figured I'd give you a taste of the C30. In case you guys are wondering, or you want a flavor of it, you want to know everything about it. All right, let me give you a flavor of the bright lights. Bam! These are the adaptive ones that swivel too, and then here are the fog lights. Off, on, off. So there you go. Yeah, these bright lights are good. Volvo does really good bright lights. You gotta hand it to them. Yep. Looks better on camera than in person because the camera's picking up more of the light. It's throwing the light just like that. It's just not as bright on the road. My eyes don't see the road that bright. I see the light there, if that makes any sense to you. Maybe. And then, what else is there? I didn't turn the rear wiper on. It's not raining that hard. It's weird, like I'm explaining almost everything on this car because I've got way more time to do it than a regular road trip because I'm doing way more miles and it's my car, so I kind of figured I can show you all the ropes here. What else is there? What else? Ford dealer. Let's see if we can see the inventory. Any new cars? Dang, we're blocked by bushes. They got lucky. I would have reported their inventory. Bam! It's 9:30, and I am in Shreveport, Louisiana. And you can tell because the road is really bumpy and twisty and elevated. And
2 miles ahead, keep left onto I-20 West.
And also a slower freeway because it's just so bumpy. But Shreveport is known for the casinos. They're here. People come here. They gamble. I don't know what else they do here, but it's 22 miles from the Texas state line, and it's that for Texans. They come here or they go to Oklahoma to the, what is it called, the Indian casinos. And I'm not sure what these casinos are here. Your guess is better than mine. Wow, this is a bumpy road. I mean, that's how it is in the Volvo. I couldn't only imagine what it's like in a different car. Just wow. Could you imagine living here? You'd have to like replace your suspension every 3 months. Oh, crazy. Yeah, so this is it. This is Shreveport. The bigger casino buildings are over here, I think. Yeah.
1/2 mile ahead, keep left onto I-20 West.
I didn't even notice if my screen came on automatically to tell me the prompts or if it stayed on, because the screensaver's on, so it should go dark when it's not needed. It's pretty cool though. Yeah, the Horseshoe on the right and Boomtown on the left.
One and a half mile ahead, keep left on I-20 West toward Dallas.
Sorry, my windscreen is dirty again. Alright, keeping left towards Dallas, and then when I get to the state line, I will go to the rest area, take a break, and then I'll tell you my why I don't stop in Louisiana story. We're at mile marker 5, heading into Texas, leaving Louisiana. Sorry there wasn't much to show you about Louisiana, but you saw enough, trust me. And this is the conundrum now. We are about 155 mile range, and there's a truck stop right here where I can get almost a full tank because we are almost at the reserve. So do we fill up here or do we enter Texas and fill up in Texas? The question is, how far is the next gas station in Texas? If this is exit 3 and this is a truck stop, then how far is the next one where we can go? Is it 160 miles away or shorter than that? And you know how I like to put stuff in the nav. I think we'll just wing it this time because we're in Texas. At that point we could risk it. So we're not quite in Texas yet, but when we do enter Texas, I will pull into the rest stop, take a break, and then explain to you the whole thing about why I don't stop in Louisiana. But I will, let's see if I keep this as running. We should be there in any second. Texas does have a mile marker 0 on Interstate 10 in El Paso. 3? Oh, we got a ways to go. Okay. And I just missed what the Dallas sign said. But our navigation will tell us. So we have 150 to go. What if I go bing? Turn that on. 117. Oh. Yeah, we got this. We got this. Okay, it's almost like on cue. Welcome to Texas. Here's the rain you left. It's been raining for like 10 days in Texas. Epic rain. Which means epic mosquitoes just in time for Austin City Limits for all you travelers. Alright, here we go. This is the... okay, that's not what I was thinking of. There is the Welcome to Texas sign. I already passed the sign that said Welcome Area 1 mile. Is that Welcome to Texas? Hard to tell. Hard to tell. Yep. That is the rest area travel info. Here we go. Turn on my fog lens. Nice. 6/5 third gear. I need to also wipe my wipers. Maybe that will make them more clear. Some cars to the right. Alright, so I did find out, there you go.
300 feet ahead, make a slight left turn.
That the nav does turn on by itself. So the voice prompt comes on and then the screen comes on. Alright, so turn on the brights. Yeah, you can see.
0.3 of a mile ahead, make a slight left turn.
Here's how the lights swivel. To eliminate the corner. Second gear, okay. Yeah, I gotta take care of these wipers right away. Welcome to Texas. Here's your first problem. Wipers. It beats my other problem in Louisiana. Okay, let me handle this and then I'll be back and I'll tell you the story. Get my shoes on, of course. Maybe I forgot to tell you too, when you have the headlights on, the little button switches there, when you turn the car off, everything turns off. You don't even have to turn and fiddle around with the headlight button. All right. Okay, I'm back and it's raining, so here's my story. This is the outside of the car, which you can't see if I try and turn the light on. There you go. So at some point, I had a 2000 Jetta GLX, Jetta TDI, and what I did was I parked on the side of the road at an exit in Louisiana because I was dead tired, right? So I took a 2-hour nap, and this was like during the holidays. I was driving from South Carolina to LA to visit parents and stuff for like a month. So I was like, I'll drive. So I parked, and then I got to this rest area, and then when I got back to my car in the morning here, I saw a palm print on the hood of my car. That's because somebody put their hand on the hood of my car while I was sleeping inside the car for a nap in Louisiana. All right. I also had a situation in Louisiana, let me turn the light off here, where I was going to a gas station and I was in a Mercedes, and as I rolled up to the pump, 3 other cars started circling the pump island, and they were all like donked out, ridiculous, redonky kind of things, and so they were kind of like sitting there waiting for me. Oh, see, there you go. I wiped the blades and everything's better now. Blades were kind of nasty. So anyway, they were circling the pumps islands and they weren't getting out, and I wasn't going to get out at that point because I'm like, screw this. And so I just took off and left. When I left, they left. Totally different car though, so it wasn't the same thing. So here we go, nav. We'll just go to advanced mode, hit enter. All right, we're still going to get where I'm going to go at 12:23. We need to get some fuel. My range is 155 miles. The destination is less than that. And that's kind of chilly in here. Let's change it to 70 degrees. All right, hit the road. All right, back on the freeway, exit 635 there. So if you were to drive on this road all the way to El Paso, which I've done, this highway, you'd go 635 miles before you get to Interstate 10, and then it's like another 200 miles. So the trip that we're doing today, or on this video, from Charlotte to Dallas is almost the same from one side of Texas, this side, the east side, to El Paso, which is the far west side of Texas. That's how big Texas is. That's why we drive quickly here, and that's why our rest stops have free Wi-Fi, because we need to get things done. We don't have all day. We do, but we don't. You know what I mean? So there you go. I will catch up with you when we get to the fuel or Dallas, whichever becomes first. I don't know. I'm getting close to exit 571A, which is where the Shell station is that I want to go to. I think the car is being a little optimistic. You can see the fuel needle's almost at red, yet it says 95 miles to empty tank. So, well, I don't know why it thinks that. I don't know how big that reserve is, but I'm not going to risk that. We're about 100 miles from my destination in Dallas, so not going to risk it. Getting a full tank here somewhere, 571A or something like that, 579A, and I'll show you my fill up. If you guys are doing me a favor and tracking the miles on the trip odometer down there, and then the gallons of fuel, maybe someone will win a lucky prize or something by telling me what my fuel economy was. I really wasn't aiming to pay attention to that. It wasn't a priority of mine. The only priority was actually getting fuel, as you recall, when we started this trip. So, the next priority was getting through Louisiana without stopping. And, yeah, everything else has been great. So, enjoy watching the rest of it. We're almost there. And it's going to be a great, great little car for me. And for you. Because I think I'm going to post more about this. Obviously, this isn't the last of the Volvo C30. Coming in hot for Shell over there, because I'm definitely low and still not in the red though, so I'm not sure exactly what that range would be. But yeah, it's getting pretty close. So here we are at the exit, and I will fill up and show you the stats. Well, you'll show me the stats. All right, 943.1 for you paying attention. All right, get my shoes on. Pause this. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta hit this. Oh my God, 379. Oh, that's ridiculous. You know what? On a full tank? No. Changing plans. I don't know why, but I do not agree with that highway robbery price. That's the highest I've paid. That's the highest price I've seen. I didn't pay it actually, because as you can tell, I left. So we're gonna go to exit 540, which is 30 miles from here. According to this trip computer, I should be accurate. And we're gonna go to truck stop Love's and fill up there. And from that, yeah, I'll have more fuel when I get to my destination anyway. And hopefully it's not at a ridiculous price. $3.79. That's the highest I've ever seen in Texas. Ever. Wow. So I'm interrupting my Dave Matthews for this point. You can see there now it's getting really close to red, yet I don't have any kind of warning light or anything. And I still have 70 miles apparently of range. And I'm in 6th gear there is no eco button, there's no sport button, there's no auto stop start button, there's none of that. This is a 2011 manual, so it's all down to the driver at this point. And yeah, we got 30 miles ish to go, exit 540. What are we at, 267? So we have 17 miles, and that'll be easy to do with a 70-mile range, or even with that one little tick left on the tank there for red. So yeah, that should be okay. Wow. And obviously we're passing other fuel stations, but I want to use like reputable, well-known, and decently priced fuel, and I'll fill up. Then you can calculate, okay? Sorry about that. I just realized my math is wrong. It's not 17 miles, it's 27 miles. I don't know why I was thinking 550, but it's 540 or 530. Oh, it's 37 miles? I still think we can do it. What I want to do is I want to get that warning light on there. There should be like fuel low or some kind of thing. Then I know everything is operational, even in the fuel system. So fuel levels under, all that kind of stuff. I don't even know if the fuel filter had been replaced. I never asked. Or the spark plugs. I'm assuming so, but I'm going to have to ask the dude. Alright. Getting closer and closer to the truck stop for fuel, and we can get sort of a final calculation-ish. Now, I know it's never a good idea to run the tank low, and that's because it can pull up sludge or sediment or whatever, and then of course you're starving your high pressure fuel pumps of what's going on up here. Fuel, the high pressure fuel pump uses the fuel as lubrication, especially in the diesels. Are we good? Was it the Mercedes that was with me earlier? Weird. Well, that guy came up on me like an idiot. Alright. Bam, and I just got a little fuel light down there in the bottom corner. There you go. And I am what I am. I am what I am. So there's a distance of 20 miles. So it says 60 miles there of range, but I have about 20 miles to go to the exit 540. Here's the mile marker. What does that one say? 59. 19 miles to go. That's tight. I think I'll pull the speed back a little bit. I know, right? I think my contingency will be QT. I might have to turn around. I didn't see that earlier. But, yeah. Is there an exit here? Let's figure this out. 55 mile range to empty. It's definitely in the red. Question is, can I get 14 miles out of that? Alright, I made it to the alternative. We're at QT, and the price is much better. It is $312 instead of $372. I don't understand what the hell was going on there. Okay, let's fill up. How many times have I been in and out of this car in this video? see the heating elements here for the rear wiper. All right, I actually didn't get the whole tank number, but as far as the fuel, but that's 962.5 miles. So go ahead and calculate how much fuel I bought to go that far, please. Thank you. Awesome, I'm getting closer and closer to the destination. So it's giving me a weird route because I said don't take tolls. That's because the previous owner agreed to leave his plate on there because the Texas temp tag doesn't work on all the states. And so I was like, yeah. So I want to avoid taking tolls, so it added some time to my trip. So yeah, I'll be a little past my normal arrival expectation time of 12:20. I'll be a little 20 minutes later than that, but it is what it is. Anyway, I'm working on it to get there in a decent amount of time and using the nav. So it's going to prompt me to exit 499A and take 80. Some route I've never taken before, so we'll see what happens. I was hoping I can get you a view of the Dallas skyline as I come in to town, but I don't think that's possible. I'm not sure exactly what this route is. Never really been that way. We're still on Interstate 20 West and just working our way through traffic that's building up, and we'll get there. Well, you can't really see it in person, but you can see it on camera, the glow in the sky there. That's a weird blue street light too right there. Anyway, the glow in the sky, that's Dallas. We're supposed to...
1/2 mile ahead, take exit 499A on the right onto TX 557 west toward Dallas.
So yeah, we're getting off here, and I want to say, like, people have talked about torque steer. There is no torque steer. I haven't really noticed any at all, and the seats have been comfortable. There's no fatigue. I've just been handling it like a champ because this thing's just doing it like a champ. So there you go, non-stop, awesome action.
0.3 mile ahead, keep left onto TX 557 west.
Bunch of ass clowns in front of me, sniffing each other's asses for no reason.
0.1 mile ahead, keep left onto TX 557 west.
Anyway, I'm just doing my thing here, just staying in my lane. Stay in your lane. There's the Ford dealer. Any new cars? I don't know. I'm getting tired of doing that. I don't really give a crap about Ford's imbecilic MBAs and GM's imbecilic MBAs. These people who cannot plan appropriately. I think they should all be fired. We'll start with that. I think the CMO should have his day in the boardroom, and they should fire all the penny pinchers who didn't order everything they need to accommodate all the orders for marketing. All the corporations need to do that because there was a failure. It's not even like, oh, we planned. No, the strategy, blah, 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 out the window. Your strategy, You had no strategy. That was your strategy. All right, let's get over to Dallas. This is a side of town I have never seen before. Take 11B, Northwest Highway. I don't even know how far east of Dallas I am, but it's still within the ring road there. This is so crazy. And we're supposed to get off.
Half a mile ahead, take exit 11B on the right. Then
that's supposed to be 11B.
To the left.
That's supposed to be 11B. Thank you, construction. Okay. We are going to move over. Get into third gear, turn my signal off. When you get off the freeway in Dallas or Texas, everyone on the side road should be yielding to you. So I keep my signal on, I move over, and you better slow your ass down and let me off the freeway, because they don't want people slowing down on the freeway to get off. You're supposed to slow down on the ramp.
1/10 of a mile ahead, keep left, then make a slight left turn.
Slight left turn. Okay, that must be this one. Okay.
Make a slight left turn.
I think I did. Yeah. I have no idea where I am. I could go. Is it recalculating? Oh no, I'm on the right road. Wow, different part of town here. All right, I think I'll just get out of here. Well, anticlimactic because I am taking just a side street all the way in, so didn't get to go through any downtown shot, nothing on 75, so we'll just end up at my destination kind of way less dramatically than normal. So thank you for watching, and yep, I'll give you the final mileage of the trip when I get to my destination, and that is what it is, you know, like that's a great driving car for a great road trip. It's good to be back in town though, good to be home. That was a long trip, not necessarily a long drive. I've done longer drives than that, but definitely a sketchy one, because picking up something you're not familiar with, paying for something you're not sure you've actually looked at online, but you know, so there's a lot of variables, and you've heard horror stories, but this one's actually been the complete opposite. Who'd have thunk? All right, not exactly home, but my second home. I am at my destination. So thank you for watching, and like and subscribe. Oh yeah, there's the RCF press car I left to the flight with. Yep. So I will leave it here, and yeah, that's it. 1,054.7 miles. It looks like it ticked over there, but you can see by the regular odometer in that. And if we look at the numbers, DTC is on, so 295 left on the tank, 27.2 average, 64 average overall. Okay, there you go. That's it.